How's it going, guys? Dustin at Daily Grind Fantasy here with another live stream, a little bit of a later afternoon live stream than we typically do with myself here on this channel. However, we are live nonetheless. We just came from the Super Bowl last night. Now, switching gears, it's full-on NBA season. MLB's coming up on deck, we would say, maybe, with MLB season, right? Definitely have a lot of esports throughout the summer. I'm excited for it all. So, either way, there's still going to be value to be had. These niche sports markets, even without NFL, we are still going to be able to take advantage of. So, we will continue to do that as well. NHL. I didn't even mention NHL. Definitely some value in NHL. Correlation still in NHL, of course. But yes, how's everybody doing today? 103 people already in here. I appreciate you guys so much off rip. If we could also just hit the like button, that does go a long way for me and the channel here, so I would appreciate that. Let's see. So we have, hope everyone's doing better than ParlayPlay. A bunch of people talking about ParlayPlay in general here. Ryan, well, welcome to your first ever stream. Yeah, ParlayPlay, they're going through an update. I don't even think the update is completely finished, to be honest with you. I still feel like they're rolling stuff out, so I don't really have anything to say necessarily about that. You guys say Dabble is dead. I could probably build us out a slip right now with a little bit of an edge that is going to be a plus EV slip. But yeah, they're very quick right now, and they are definitely bumping stuff very, very fast. So we'll see. We'll see where things go. I know we have a couple different promos. I did already use my Kyrie promo with Buddy Hield over 17.5 points plus rebounds. Look, we don't typically say to take two-man powers or anything like that, but there was some injury news with Tobias Harris that was announced. This ended up being about a 60%er, maybe it was 59.9 or something like that. So viable in a two-man with this Kyrie Irving promo. So I wanted to lock in that value. So I did. Now, we have some other slips to build within PrizePicks. We can build out as if we did have that Kyrie promo still available. Underdog, I know that we have this Donovan Mitchell over 0.5 points, rebounds, and assist line to take care of too. So we can look for play there. However, how did everybody do watch the Super Bowl, betting the Super Bowl, whatever? Let me see in the comments. We up, we down? Let me know. I'll tell you guys, my favorite bet that I ended up finding was on Hard Rock Sportsbook in Florida. They actually had one of those special deals where you, where they just put together these little plays for you, right? Well, they had Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes to get 10-plus rushing yards at plus 100, right? So I kind of look at that like Patrick Mahomes, basically an insane discounted prop at that point, right? Very, very likely to get 10-plus rushing yards. His line was set to 26.5 or whatever it was. I think there was maybe some juice on the over. So mark that in as basically, if you're going off odds and stuff, as in a winning leg of that entry, right? And then you had Brock Purdy that was right around 12.5, 13.5 on some books with juice on the over of his rushing total. And so you're basically getting Brock Purdy 3 yards less at plus money when he's already favored to go over 13.5, 12.5. That was like a steal. So that was my favorite bet that I ended up cashing. And I know Brock Purdy hooked a lot of people. They had him over 12.5. He had 13, took a kneel down, ended at 12. So that was my favorite bet of the of my night, at least. Hit on a PrizePicks slip as well, but let's see. She needed Pacheco, broke, rigged. Four slip payout for $276. There you go. Did 3 slips, got 3, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, that's brutal, Bob. Yeah, ParlayPlay is going through some type of updates. I'm not sure they're completely finished just yet as far as their updates, so kind of waiting on to see what all pans out for that. The punt return? Are you talking about the one where it hits the foot and then Ray McLeod had to jump on it or try to jump on it? Obviously failed. Jokic rebounds and assists. Overtime saved my day. Nice. Yeah, that was an awesome game. I mean, if I didn't have a dog in the fight, I kind of just I thought the Chiefs were going to win. If you guys were here on stream last week, the entire time I was saying I think the Chiefs are going to win. Didn't really want them to win. Mahomes is just so good. He's just so good, and I don't want him to challenge Tom Brady as the GOAT. Unfortunately, it's looking like he's going to challenge Tom Brady already. So it's kind of why I didn't want him to get it. But now I know kind of how everybody that's not a Patriots fan felt for the last however many years, 20 plus years. So yeah, I feel your guys' pain now, but just I want Tom to say the GOAT. All right, we can start building out. Enough of me talking. I just want to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. We have some Hornets players on fantasy scores. Nothing too much that we can do with all of these, to be honest with you. Just based off of the rest of the value given on PrizePicks. I wanted to check out the middling tool real quick. And if you guys are new to the stream or new to Daily Grind Fantasy, if you guys want access to any of the tools I'm using in today's live stream, you guys can get access linked in the description below of this live stream. Also got plenty of YouTube videos on this channel where you can learn more about plus EV betting, the kind of strategy that we implement with finding these value plays when comparing the sportsbooks back to these DFS apps. Got plenty of educational content on the channel as well. Highly suggest doing that if you guys are going to jump in. But yes, the tools you guys can find linked in the description below. So let's look at Dabble really quick. I know we're technically on the PrizePicks middling tool, but we're going to look at Dabble, and we're going to be able to find a little bit of value here, right? Trae Young set on PrizePicks at 9 3 points attempted and 9 3 points attempted on ParlayPlay. We get him at 8 on Dabble. So clear value there in a niche market like 3 points attempted. We can compare these DFS apps here, and we see that clearly out of the 3 DFS apps that Dabble is going to be off in this scenario. So we can go ahead and snag Trae Young over 8 3-point attempts. Let's see. I am going to be trying to keep up in chat. You got 180 people in here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in after the Super Bowl. Look, value is going to still come throughout the next few months. Obviously, MLB is coming up. We have these niche esports that there is still value in playing these props, comparing these DFS apps to find value. It is a real thing, and we're going to continue to do it. We did it all last summer without NFL, without college football. And definitely paid off. All right, so 3 points attempted. We have Trae Young over. Now, what we're going to find is we're going to look for another spot where Dabble is off. So this time, it's only 0.5, but, I mean, they're set to 5 here on PrizePicks and ParlayPlay for 3-pointers attempted for Wemby. He's at 4.5 on Dabble. Let me go ahead and lock in Wemby over 4.5 3 points attempted. And we can keep our search for another one because we're looking for that 6x payout on Dabble. 3-man. There it is. Jokic, under 3.5 3-pointers attempted. Set the 3 on multiple different DFS apps, PrizePicks, and ParlayPlay. Set the 3.5. So it looks like Dabble is a little off when comparing this niche market to these other DFS apps. I'm going to go ahead and lock that in. And that's going to be my 3-man. If you guys don't follow me on Dabble, I'm not sure if they're still hiding plays or what they're doing over there, but you guys can find me on Dabble at Sports by Dustin. You can copy this with one click of a button, basically. If you're not on Dabble, use code DGF when you sign up. You'll get, I think it's now $10 free bucks, something of that nature. So Trae Young over 8 3 points attempted. Victor Wembanyama over 4.5, and then Jokic under 3.5. Boom. Just went ahead and locked it in. I will go ahead and comment on it. That way you guys can get notified. Yeah, I'm just going to put NBA stream slip. Boom. Let's see. Anthony says he has dynamic lines. 205 people. Appreciate you guys. Dynamic lines on PC, but fixed payouts on mobile. Trident. Get a hold of Mr. Downs for me when you get the chance. Got you. UD now, somebody says. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Over 100 people have already tailed with the click of a button on. Ooh, speaking of the esports. Okay, so are we gonna be able to get this in? Oh my god, I hate UD because you have to refresh. We're gonna middle this if we can. Hoopa, they're on the same team. Not gonna be able to play them together on UD. Reeler. My keyboard is also in shambles right now. Is that over 3? Yeah, and then we could do cat under 36.5. Gotta move quick. Gotta move quick. Gotta move quick. Oh my god. That was just ridiculous. That was ridiculous. All right, hang on. So we have Hoopa, maybe. Reeler's gone. Hoopa over 4. Violet under 14, maps 1 and 2 kills. Rudy under fantasy score. Gone. Luca under fantasy score. It's gone too. Okay. Kyrie under. Gone. Ingram over. All right, they're moving really fast on these stupid fantasy scores. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose out on these esports plays too. Siakam under. Dude, let us get one. And Hoopa's gone. I'm going to freak out. And of course, okay, so Hoopa's gone. Okay, all right. We got Siakam. Get. Jose under. Okay, now we're going to try and middle this on PrizePicks. So we can get Violet. Why is it not popping up? Violet over. Guys, what we're doing is we're comparing the esports market that obviously we don't have sportsbooks lines and odds, but we can compare both DFS apps. And right now, with both these plays being off with only 2 data points, it's pretty safe to assume the middle is the most accurate projection. So that's what we are basing this off of. So we're going to be taking the opposite side here on PrizePicks. I should have put this link in chat. I choked for you guys. I choked. Not sure if you guys get that in. So actually, we're not taking Hoopa because it got bumped on Underdog. We're taking Jose. Jose over. Violet. Violet's going to be over as well. Let's go to PrizePicks. Come on. So Chirp, this came up to from 4 to 5.5. Still could take that under. We have Cody Martin under fantasy score that we could toss in as well. Aldama under fantasy score. All right, let's go ahead and add in if you guys haven't used Kyrie fantasy or Kyrie the discount, you guys could certainly use it. Let's go ahead and add in Chirp. Actually, let's add this in first. Come back. All right, so we're middling Violet and Jose between the two DFS apps. Let me make sure I have this incorrect. Chirp under, Violet over. Jose wasn't over because we just took the under on Underdog at 6, yeah. And then both Cody Martin and Aldama, yep. All right. How good is MLB on DFS? I mean, you're going to be able to find some decent value in Ks. There's often times where these DFS apps will put up a total basis prop at like 0.5 at minus 180, and it's up, on the sports books, and it's up on PrizePicks. Like, obviously, you want to take that minus 180 play across the sports books on PrizePicks at minus 119 in a 5 or 6 man flex. Like, clear value there. So definitely can be found, especially like lineup news in MLB. If that guy that's at 0.5 total bases he's usually batting like 8th or 9th, and he gets moved up to lead off. The odds might get a little bit better on his over of 0.5. More at bats, obviously, if you're batting leadoff, most likely. So that's kind of where that could come into play. I've already used my Kyrie free square, so that's kind of why I didn't, but you guys can kind of take advantage of this. What we do here is we compare sportsbooks lines and odds directly back to PrizePicks to find value, profitable plays that are going to be profitable over the long term, right? We're not saying that these plays are going to hit 100% of the time, right? In fact, this play right here, like let's just say Kelly Oubre, which there actually is a better promo going on right now. I think it's Steph Curry over 0.5 points. I've already tweeted out a slip. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, at sportsbydustin on Twitter, just follow me, post slips over there, as well as do these live streams. But Kelly Oubre, let's talk about this play, right? 55.18% odds to hit. If you are new to seeing this and you take this 55.18% chance to hit, that is not saying that this play is a crazy, insane play, right? It's 55%. It's not 100%. Do know that, right? But what we do is we take into consideration the overs and the unders for this specific player prop across these main sports books, right? And we remove the juice to find the true fair odds percentage or the true percent odds to hit that these sports books are giving this play to hit, right? And it's 55.18%. What we are saying is that playing this play over the long term in these correct slip types that we're telling you guys about, right? If you're playing multiple plays over 55% on better in these 5-pick uninsured slips, you are going to be profitable over the long term, right? If you guys do that over the long term, that is the goal, right? And you will come out on top. Obviously, like, we don't have enough plays to fully make this a plus EV slip, right? But as you get more, as more value pops up, injury news, especially big on better, you guys are able to get those in. I did actually a really, really in-depth video of this on YouTube, on our YouTube the other day. You guys could go back, look at one of the more recent videos that I did on the YouTube channel. It was basically like how to find the best value on PrizePicks, or the easiest way to mathematically find the best value, something of that nature. I can't remember the exact title. I literally flipped a coin. If you had a 50-50% chance, a 50-50 chance on flipping a coin, right? A regular coin. Over 1,000 times, sure, heads or tails might go on a run where they hit 10 plus times in a row. But over the long term, that's going to even out to right around that 50%, and that's exactly what happened. But if, let's just say, we're flipping a weighted coin, right? And our weighted coin in this instance is Kelly Oubre, 55.18% of the time. We're flipping that weighted coin. We are going to win over the long term by playing at volume this play of Kelly Oubre at volume over the long term by flipping that weighted coin, which is our Kelly Oubre coin. So that's the goal. I explained it a lot better and more clear cut in that video, and there's also like actual coin flipping, which is pretty sick. But yeah, some value starting to pop up though. We got a Dabble slip, we got an Underdog slip, we got a PrizePicks slip. And the link's already in the chat. All right, so we have, if you guys don't know, we just added kind of a new feature to the correlation tool, essentially. But this is what we are calling the profitable slip generator, right? Where it's going to build out your slips for you. And they are going to be plus EV slips as a whole, and profitable over the long term, right? So let's build this out. I don't think that we ended up taking Hoopa. Yeah, so we could build this out. Let's do it. So I revealed this plus EV slip from the profitable slip generator, and what we're going to do is we're going to plug and play. We have Hoopa under 6. Oops, Hoopa does not play in the NBA. Now that would be one hell of a crossover though. Hoopa under 6. We have Reeler under 4. Reeler under 4. We have Ganks over 3.5. Ganks over 3.5. We have Pop over 24.5 PRA in college basketball. Okay, that got bumped. Tough. Owen Tippett over 0.5. All right. No worries. What we could do, we could add this in. Over 0.5 points. We can add this in, and then we can actually just snag one more play from the optimizer if something has different popped up. Hoopa is a Hoopa. I like that one. PJ Washington, we don't have under fantasy score. I like adding that in. Oh, there's another slip for you. Brandon, we are working on that. We are working on that as we speak. So I do appreciate, of course, guys, we appreciate all the feedback on any of the tools. If you guys do have feedback, definitely let us know. You can DM me on Twitter. You know, put in chat, whatever it might be. We do appreciate the feedback. We're kind of in the beta version of this profitable slip generator that we just kind of mentioned. So bear with us. Give us some feedback on it. Let us know what's going on. We have another slip here. Okay, so this one actually includes Hoopa. Wait, hold on. Don't. I forgot. Hold up. I think we still have to use our slip for Donovan Mitchell. Luka under 9.5 first quarter points. Juice on the under of 9.5 on DraftKings and Caesars. Down to 8.5 on FanDuel. Okay. So I actually like Zoe on PrizePicks. Hold up. I want to check Fliff. We haven't checked Fliff yet. All right. So interesting stuff here just to keep an eye on, right? None of these are great. Obviously, there's some value here on this Dallas Mavericks play, right? There's a little bit of value. It's plus 190 on Fliff, plus 160 and plus 165. It's more of a long shot play, 35% chance to hit. But these three player props specifically, and I know you guys love the player props. That's why I try to mention them the most during these streams when I talk about Fliff. We got to see a little bit of movement from some of these other sports books, right? So we just seen a little bit for Trae Young to make it even a little bit better. Maybe even Rudy Gobert. But look, this is minus 110 on Fliff for Trae Young, over 10.5 assists. These three sports books, great, right? All minus 130 plus. Be decent value. But you have these two other sharp sports books being FanDuel and DraftKings, minus 118 and minus 120. A little bit close to that minus 110. If they bump up to minus 130, minus 135, minus 140, something of that nature, that's going to be a really, really good play. We take advantage of it. Now, Pascal Siakam, what is that? Over 3.5 assists. Kind of the same thing. They're a little bit more in agreement, but you still got a sharp book like DraftKings, minus 120. BetMGM, minus 125. So just something to keep an eye on. If you guys could keep refreshing Fliff a little bit, or if you have your notifications, etc. See, the books are constantly adjusting, so you're seeing these plays become either better or worse as these odds adjust on the sports books. And that just goes to show you, in real time here, the optimizer, it literally refreshes. As the sports books change odds, we're changing the odds here on the optimizer within the feed, all into one place for you guys to be able to quickly find value like this, right, in real time, to beat those bumps as best you can. Got to be quick, though. Noted, Needy. Gotcha. Somebody mentioned Chalkboard earlier. Unfortunately, guys, Chalkboard is just like a really sharp app. There's never really plus EV value on this app. The only time you're really going to want to be playing Chalkboard is just the promos, essentially. Same thing with Sleeper. Like, I only have Sleeper to play the promos. Unfortunately, did not cash out on my protected play. That was tough. And I apologize to anybody that might have tailed that slip on Twitter. Been crushing the promos lately, and then of course the big daddy, the $50 protected, I flopped. But you win some, you lose some, and hey, if you're gonna lose, might as well be on the protected play. Am I right? So I can't be too mad at it. I just hate, obviously whenever we lose. ParlayPlay, I wish I knew what was going on with you, brother. Yeah, ParlayPlay, they're in some type of update phase. Not sure what they are doing exactly, but that's why I'm not really commenting on it, because I don't think their update's fully rolled out. I think it's kind of just still going really slow and updating and figuring out what they're doing. So once I know for sure, then we can talk about it more and see what the future of ParlayPlay is going to look like for us. But we don't have that information right now. Oh, I wanted to check the middling tool again. All right. I see a play. Let's see if it's available on Hot Streak right now. Oftentimes, Hot Streak, the data on their side lags a little bit. So I don't want to jump the gun. Yeah. Yeah, I love this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me cook. Let me cook. All right. I cooked. I cooked. I cooked. So I just locked in Joker under 21 rebounds plus assists. Look, he's minus 122 to go under 21 and a half. He's basically minus 122 across the board on these DFS apps, or what you would get these odds at on these DFS apps in your good slip types. Minus 120 on Fliff to go under 20 and a half. We get it at 21 and a half on Hot Streak. So clear value there. Like, you can just look at the market and compare these DFS apps and see that obviously Hot Streak is the best place to play this play at. I went ahead and just paired it with JockMKT under 22 and a half points plus rebounds, right? Set the 21 and a half on the DFS apps over here. You see you can get it at Hot Streak at 22 and a half on the under. That's like a 3.4x return for a two-man. Hot Streak, there's not set pay, or they're not set slip types like some of these other DFS apps like PrizePicks. We say 5 and 6 man flexes. Hot Streak's not like that. You can do these 2-man plays. Obviously, you're getting over 3x return, and you're getting these better numbers where looks like Hot Streak is clearly off in comparison to the market. There's clear value doing that. If you guys aren't using the middling tool to find value this way, I don't know what you're doing. And that's exactly how we just built out that Dabble slip earlier. Whether it hits or not, they're clearly off when comparing to the market. And that's all you can ask for is getting good value on these plays. That's what you want to do. Obviously, you want to win, right? But in order to win more over the long term, you have to be securing value and finding these sharp plays that have an edge against these DFS apps by comparing to these other DFS apps or sports books to find that edge. If you guys don't have access to Daily Grind Fantasy, once again, you can get linked in the description access to the fantasy bundle, the middling tool. That's included in the fantasy bundle. You can get access to the correlation tool, etc. All linked in the description of this live stream. Want to just mention one more time too, plenty of education on the YouTube channel. If you guys go to the playlist, you can find the DFS 101 playlist where we talk about plus EV betting, how to implement the strategy, how to use these tools. We have tutorials on how to use them. Highly suggest checking those out as well. Let's go, Sean. Yeah, 181 people in here. If at least 50 of you guys that haven't hit the like button yet could hit the like button, I would appreciate it. If we can't hit 100 likes in this stream, we have 180 something people, hit 208, I think, earlier. Something wrong. Something wrong. Hit the like button, people. Come on. Good looks. Good looks. That's all I ask for, truthfully. It just does help the stream, guys. It helps us be recommended to other people that want to see this type of content. So that's why I do appreciate it. Let's see. Want to check UD real quick for something. So there's not a mobile app for DGF, but it works fine on Safari or whatever. If you need to see like the full board, like I you just turn it like this, you could see all the sports books and everything like that. Works very simple and easy to use on mobile as well as PC. Obviously, if you don't have a PC or some type of setup, dual screen, I'm not even just saying for like DFS purposes or betting purposes or anything like that. It's just so goated. Like being able to hop on a PC and do whatever you want to do is the best. And I don't have Apple Vision Pro or whatever it is, but like I could imagine that's kind of like the same feeling. Obviously, you can put anything up in front of you, but like as close as I got to it, and I love it. If you have a PC, you know what I'm talking about. Roger, we just took Jokic under 21 and a half rebounds plus assists on Hot Streak. All right, we hit 89 likes. We got close to the 100 like mark. No worries. We still got some time. I wish we had another Super Bowl to watch tonight, though. That was sick. Just coming back in, checking on these player props, see if we have some more line movement. You can see, Pinnacles came in at minus 133, but FanDuel and DraftKings still on the lower end compared to the rest of the market. So I want to see this get a little bit higher. Usually we say nothing like 2% is ideal, right? If you're having an edge of 2%, that means that like odds could shift a little bit in your against you, and you could still end up with a plus EV play in the long run. But it just kind of gives you that little bit of leeway if odds were to change a little bit. But if you took this right now, if odds just fluctuated a tad bit, multiple of these books came down, then it ends up, you might end up with a non-EV play, and you don't necessarily want that. But there's been times where I've took it to try and get ahead of the curve. Like if I see that multiple books and there's one book weighing it down, I'll try and jump on it before that happens, right? Just gotta kind of use your senses a little bit. This stuff can be done without really knowing anything about sports, but you also have to know a little bit how to read the tool and what to look for in those odds. And if you can find that, okay, the rest of the market, it's the same thing that we do with PrizePicks and these other DFS apps, right? Okay, the rest of the market has it at minus 145, but why does BetRivers still have this at, well, not only BetRivers, but it would be like Fliff has it at minus 110, and BetRivers has it at minus 115 or minus 120, but the rest of the market has it at minus 145. It's clear that BetRivers is weighing it down a little bit. It's going to come up. BetRivers is going to be, looks like a little bit slower to adjust. Obviously, Fliff, pretty slow to adjust. So it's like, you don't need to wait in that instance, right? Something like that. Hopefully that helps you guys a little bit in general. Chalkboard, there's going to be nothing, guys. Chalkboard, unfortunately, is there's no mathematical value, let's say, right? You guys, we don't look up game logs, we don't look up stats or anything like that. It's all baked into the sports books, lines and odds, guys. That's what we are looking for using these tools. We trust the data, we trust the sports books market, right? And we just compare that to these DFS apps to find value. I can show you Chalkboard, and there's nothing. The best play at the moment is Miles Bridges under 2.5 3-pointers made, which isn't really great. I got this at minus 122 odds on Better earlier today. Right? This isn't great. All right, we can build some out on prize picks. We're only going with, all right, so we have Jordan Poole, right? Under 24.5 fantasy score. If he had a fantasy score, what it would be on DraftKings, taking into consideration the even lines for the over and the unders, for the fantasies, for the props that make up fantasy score on prize picks, this would be set to right around 22.6, so almost 2 fantasy score off. Obviously, the more data points, the better. I definitely would rather play I'm going to play both, but like James Harden under fantasy score right now, 35, 35, 35. You have 3 different three sports books that would have this set to right around that 35.7-ish number. You can trust that a little bit more than just going off one, because Bet MGM and Bovada could come in at 24.5, and then this line would probably be more close to right, and it wouldn't be such good value. So it's up to you and kind of what you want to take and what you trust. But obviously, the more books, the better. So we could start with Jordan Poole and go from there. My nose is so itchy right now. Jordan Poole under fantasy score. We know we're going with Harden under fantasy score. Let's see. PJ we've already played. So we've played Hoopa, we've played Chirp. Woodon. We can go Woodon over. Okay, Harden's fantasy score got bumped. All right, we might chill on prize picks at the moment. I would love some good value to pop up on Underdog. Oh. Okay, hold up. So Jalen Moore. I'm going to have to refresh this. I know it. So we have Moore on the over, and then we have over on PRA. Oh, did it already get bumped? I think it got bumped. And 10.5 points plus assists. Yeah, it's already bumped. Spencer Johnson over 4.5 rebounds. I think we were just a little late to loading that up. Yeah, we're a little late, guys. Damn. Hold on. Dallin Hall over 8.5 points. Well, that was unfortunate. I haven't seen that A1 contractors. Do I know when better will be on Pickett? I don't. 213 people in here, 93 likes, almost hit that 100 like mark. It looks like data is being a little slow at this very second. Kind of pop around, see what else we got. Ooh, hold on. Might have some Dabble plays, guys. I have a Dabble play. Let's see if we can get it in. Halliburton under 11 assists. Spencer Johnson. Spencer Johnson plays for BYU. Over 16 points plus rebounds. Set to 16.5. Juice minus 130 on DraftKings. Spencer Johnson bumped. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can add in Trey Jones and see if we can hit the middling tool for one more value play. Trey Jones under 1.5 steals. Check the middling tool. I've already played Wemby. Hallie's already on our card here. So we have Hunter Dickinson under 12. Or Brandon Miller under 8. Let's see. I'm going to go Brandon Miller under 8 3-pointers made. Or 3-pointers attempted. Halliburton under 11 assists. Trey Jones under 1.5 steals. Brandon Miller under 8 3-points attempted. All right. Well, Halliburton got bumped. Oh, Dabble. Oh, Dabble. How I wish you were the same old Dabble. Let's go, Rock. It just depends. Like, every app is different. Every app slows down. Like, you know, it's quick sometimes, slow to certain things. Depending on what time of day it is, if there's a bunch of lineup news, you know, right before the first games tip off for NBA, you can catch a lot of these DFS apps slipping, including PrizePicks, including Underdog. Definitely better. Like these apps, they are not as fast as the sportsbooks to adjust to injury news, which is why we were able to catch Tyrese Maxey earlier at 35.5. Let's see. Like Tyrese Maxey earlier, 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Tobias Harris gets ruled questionable now. Not ruled, but deemed questionable to play tonight. And sportsbooks adjust their lines very, very fast, almost immediately. These DFS apps that, you know, their models aren't as advanced and quick as these sportsbooks are a little slower to adjust. So sportsbooks adjust. We see the new odds and lines come in through the optimizer, and then we are able to find where the data is still stale on PrizePicks or Underdog, and then take advantage of them before the lines get removed or bumped, because we see in real time on the optimizer these lines get updated for the sportsbooks. So we were able to find that value like that. Guys, I want to say this. If you guys don't think that like these DFS apps know what type of value they are putting out there, or that there's such thing as plus EV betters or anything like that, like they know, right? They know. It's not like they are unaware to the fact that that is something that could happen, or, you know, that is going to happen. Honestly, I think this might be it. How does the fantasy tool work? Yeah, so I kind of just mentioned it, right? We compare sportsbooks lines and odds directly back to apps like PrizePicks to find value, right? Plus EV betting, where essentially we're just looking for plays with an edge against PrizePicks, right? If we can find a play that is, I'm going to use something as an example, right? I would love to find a better example. This kind of works, right? Let's use this, right? So, PrizePicks, in order to be profitable over the long term playing PrizePicks, playing 5 and 6 man flexes, you need to be correct on your individual legs above 54.3% of the time, right? That's mathematically, proven. If you could be right over 54.3% of the time, you are going to be profitable over the long term playing PrizePicks, right? In those 5 and 6 man flexes. That's why we only say to play those. There's certain exceptions where you can play these other plays like 2-man powers, but never really 3-man flexes or anything like that on PrizePicks. But let's stick with the 5-man and 6-man flexes and talk about that, right? If you're constantly finding plays that have a true fair odds percentage to hit, given the sports books, right, above that 54.3%, and playing them on PrizePicks in those correct slip types, those 5 and 6-man flexes, you're going to be profitable over the long term because you are constantly finding plays that have an edge against PrizePicks. And why do plays get bumped or removed by PrizePicks, right? Because they find that there is an edge against them. Therefore, they need to pull that edge, before too many people get it or it's out there too long. And they have to do something about it. Otherwise, they'd get killed on a lot of these player props because they know that there's an edge, a profitable edge against them if multiple players are playing the same play, right? That's why they're removing these plays that are really good plays. But let's look at Buddy Hield, for instance, and show you what the tool does. So we see that these sports books, actually, let me pull them up here so you can see it up at the top. Let's look at Buddy here. Look at Buddy. So this isn't above 54.3%. So really, this isn't a profitable play over the long term by itself. All right? It's not. But I'm just using it as an example to show you guys the lines and how the tool works. So ideally, we want to find 5 plays that are above 54.3%. It's just not in this example, right? So what it does is it's showing you what to take on PrizePicks. So PrizePicks is set to 18.5. The sports books are set to 18.5. But multiple of these books are heavily juiced on the over of 18.5 for Buddy Hield, right? So average odds across the sportsbook market right now, which is what we do, is we pull all of these sportsbooks lines and odds directly into one place for you to be able to quickly and efficiently find these value plays, right? By comparing them together in one spot, as opposed to if you tried to look these up on multiple different books yourself, these plays are going to get bumped and you're going to be missing out on a lot of value. They already get bumped pretty fast. So we see that this is average odds of minus 140 across, the multiple sports books. We get it at minus 122 odds in a 5 and 6 man flex slip, right? So we're getting a play that has a favorable chance to hit, given via the sports books, right? At minus 122 instead of minus 140 or whatever this might end up being, right? So not only did I get Buddy Hield earlier, so this was about this was after the Tobias Harris news. I had mentioned it and showed you guys earlier. I locked it in with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, 2-man power, which is not something I normally would play. It was just a 60+% chance to hit, right? And we are able to do that, because Kyrie Irving's higher than 60+% chance to hit, given the discount that he is. So that is viable in a 2-man power. But over the long term, it's not really what you want to do. I just knew that it was going to be bumped very quick. So now I have this play, minus 122, over 17.5 points plus rebounds. And he now sits at 18.5 with minus 162 juice on FanDuel, minus 148, minus 140. You have 2 books that are minus 125, minus 130, so a little bit lower, but still one full PR of value plus even better odds. I'm getting it at minus 119 on PrizePicks. If I was saying minus 122 earlier on PrizePicks, I'm so sorry. Minus 119. Minus 122 is the 3 picks and 5 picks on Dabble and Underdog, or the 5 picks on Better, stuff like that. So minus 119 is what we're getting this play at on PrizePicks. I apologize. Sorry, I know that if you guys have been watching and know a lot about the tools and how they work, that was probably boring or whatever to you. But some people just don't get how the tools work and why they provide so much value. All this math is done on the back end very quickly to show you guys the true fair odds percentage and odds percent to hit via the sports books by taking into consideration those lines for the overs and the unders to find this value. Like Halliburton right now. Set the 34.5 on almost all of these sports books. Still set the 35.5 on Pinnacle, but juiced minus 126 on the under. All of these books even have maybe a little bit of juice on the unders. Looks like some of the even lines at 34.5. DraftKings, BetMGM, Bovada. Fliff has some juice. Looks like Caesars has some juice on the under of 34.5. So you would be getting one PRA of value and getting it at minus 119 in a 5 or 6 man flex if you were able to get this in. And then people are talking about the correlation tool. This is the easiest tool to use in the game, and obviously a very good track record of correlation. Correlation is one of the strongest edges in DFS right now, so you are able to play correlated plays that you wouldn't normally be able to do on the sports books, or if you did, you'd be getting a dock to payout because the sports books know that this played together is heavily correlated and more likely to hit when played together, so we're going to give you a lesser payout if you do put these plays in together, right? A lot of these plays you can find and stack in these same games on PrizePicks or some of these other DFS apps don't give you a payout shift. Therefore, there still remains a really, really good edge over the long term playing that on a set payout platform where you're getting this insane payout for and being able to play that correlation in the same play. So that's kind of where this comes in. And we can actually bust out this slip from one of these games and tail it if you guys would like. I think I've already played. Oh, well, there it is. There's a slip for you. I was gonna say I think I've already played this game in general, but there's a slip. If you guys want to lock this in, it's a correlated NHL slip, right? And it makes complete sense when you look at it, right? What we are, and if you don't know NHL, I can explain the correlation here. If Harrison is going under 22.5 saves, that number is insanely low. First off, that's just wild. Under 22.5 saves. That means that the Flyers are probably in possession of the puck a lot, right? They're on their own offensive side of things. The goalie's just kind of sitting by himself. And they are having a lot of opportunities at shots on goal because they have possession of the puck. So therefore, you're taking multiple overs and shots on goal for the Flyers, and then the Flyers goalie to go under on saves because they're not likely to be on defense that often, right? Or that's at least what you're rooting for game script-wise. And then Alex Kerfoot over 0.5 block shots on the Coyotes. If there's a lot of shots being flying for the Flyers, pretty likely he's going to get a block shot if they're on defense that often. That's kind of how that works with NHL correlation. But that's a slip. If you guys want to plug that in, like I said, I've already played slip from this game, so I'm not going to continue to plug in multiple slips from this game in general and overexpose or anything like that. But I didn't even mean to give out this slip. I was going to give out a different one. That way I could put it in for you guys. But you guys get it. You guys understand what I'm talking about here. That's kind of what the correlation tool does. And now we have added, it's in beta, guys, so give us some time to make improvements and everything like that. But we've added it to the correlation tool. The profitable slip generator, where it's going to make plus EV slips for you guys, full plus EV slips for you guys just to tail. So you could find one and plug it and play it. I think that this slip already has some plays that we've already played in it. Yeah, so we've played Chirp, but this kind of just shows you what it does, right? Instead of manually selecting props from the correlation tool, it's going to manually do that for you and give you the best plus EV slips available at that time And it's going to depend. It's going to add in, different sports, whatever is going to be the best possible slip. It's going to spit out for you. Blake, I have no comments on ParlayPlay at this time because I don't know what their exact update is. I still, like I've mentioned in this live stream already, I still feel like they are rolling out some sort of update still. I don't think it's completed its full update. So we'll revisit it. We'll look into it and see what the future holds for ParlayPlay and go from there. Let's see. Mark, I got you. So here's a UD slip. Chirp, over 4.5. Maps 1 and 2 kills. Luca, under 9.5 first quarter points. And then Reeler, over 3.5. Maps 1 and 2 kills in League of Legends. New vid just dropped. Did somebody post a video on the YouTube channel? Is that what you're saying? If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, you guys can follow me at sports_by_DUSTIN. And tweet out free plays over there. How often does the correlation slips get bumped? So it'll automatically update the slip. Like if something gets removed, or let's say there's no more value left on a prop or something like that, it's going to remove it. And if there is a new profitable correlated slip, available, it's going to recreate a slip from that game, right? But you still don't want to overexpose to too many players or props from that game in general. You want to stick to your bankroll management still and not overexpose. I think that's going to be it for the stream, guys. Last time I'll mention, if you guys like the tools at Daily Grind Fantasy, you guys want to check them out yourself, linked in the description of the live stream. You guys get access to them. Use code DGF if you're not signed up for any of these DFS apps. We highly suggest you are signed up for every DFS app possible, especially if you're using the tools, because there's value across the industry and you want to be able to take advantage of it wherever it pops up throughout the day, etc. That's going to be it, though. I do appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Crushable says he is going to be live later on this YouTube channel before lock. I think he gave out a 25x last Friday. Maybe it was Thursday. I think it was last Friday, though. Be on the lookout for Crushables later, live on this stream right here. So if you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace.